You probably think that noisy thing outside your door at 6 a.m. is just a vehicle cleaning up. Right, not quite. It doesn't clean. It doesn't simply carry. It chews. That sealed steel compartment behind the garbage truck isn't an empty box. It's a mobile crushing factory, powered by hydraulics, thick metal, and a level of violence measured down to the last sigh. If you've ever tossed in a trash bag, heard a heavy bang, and watched it disappear, congratulations! You just fed it, and trust me, it's always hungry. Slow that moment down. A garbage bag arcs through the air and lands at the mouth of the truck. Cut to the inside. A massive steel plate begins to slide forward. No rush. No dramatic noise at first. It moves like a prison door slowly closing. Then it meets the pile and the sound changes. Metal screams. Plastic snaps. Air is forced out like the final breath of something trapped. What you're hearing is more than 2,000 pounds of force per square inch, roughly 140 kilograms, pressing down on an area no bigger than a fingertip. Imagine placing an entire car on top of a soda can. That's the scale we're talking about, but the real star hasn't entered yet. In the industry, they call it the packer, a thick slab of steel connected to a giant hydraulic piston, sliding back and forth like a mechanical heartbeat. Every time it moves forward, trash is pushed deeper into the truck's body, where another steel wall waits. Between those cold surfaces, everything is compressed into a dense mass. Soda cans flatten like paper. Plastic chairs snap cleanly in half. Even an old sofa doesn't stand a chance. After several cycles, the load becomes a compact block weighing up to 10 tons, about the weight of 2 African elephants squeezed into a metal box. You never see it forming. But it's there, a giant brick made of yesterday's leftovers. Ever wonder why garbage trucks have to be this brutal because space equals money? If a truck simply stored trash like a giant bin, it would fill up after just a few streets. Compression changes everything. Volume can shrink to 1/3, sometimes even 1/4 of its original size. That means a single trip can swallow 3 times as much waste. Fewer routes, less fuel, fewer emissions. The violence is really just cold economics in motion, and every bag you toss out becomes free raw material for that system. Yet what fascinates me most isn't the power, it's our indifference. We hear the clanging metal and the hydraulic hiss like a growling beast. Then take another sip of coffee. Have you noticed, right outside your home, several times a week, an industrial machine performs a ritual of controlled destruction? No flames, no Hollywood drama, just steel and pressure doing their job. Here's the part that might give you chills. The entire system is designed never to stop halfway. Once the piston begins its compression cycle, it has to finish. There's no wait. That was a mistake. Stop the moment something goes in. It's committed. You might think you're just throwing away a bag of trash. To the machine, it's fuel for a mechanical chain reaction. It doesn't judge. It doesn't negotiate. Step back and look at the bigger picture. In the 1930s, early garbage trucks were little more than open-bed vehicles. Cities quickly realized that waste wasn't just bulky, it smelled, attracted rats, and spread disease. When hydraulic technology matured, someone had a bold idea. Instead of hauling garbage like cargo, process it right on the truck. That's when the first packers were born. A simple-sounding innovation that quietly reshaped how modern cities function. Every compression stroke sends a message. There's no room here for accumulation. Behind that early morning noise lies a philosophy controlling chaos through pressure, turning mess into order, transforming hundreds of loose bags into a single transportable block. It's like compressing an entire week of your life into one dense brick and sending it away. So next time you hear the garbage truck stop outside, don't think of it as mere cleanup. It's a mechanical ritual, a calculated act of destruction carried out by steel, hydraulic oil, and unforgiving numbers. And if you're curious what happens when that machine eats something it shouldn't, well, That's a much crazier story for another day. For now, as you hold a trash bag before taking it outside, pause for a second longer. You're not just throwing something away, you're setting up a confrontation between plastic, metal, and 2,000 cold PSI. And if you still think a garbage truck is just a rolling container, maybe it's time to listen more closely to that thunderous noise out there. Who knows, next week we might dissect another machine quietly passing by your front door.